So I'm with Paul Swenson, who's the CEO of Kortec. And Paul, this is creating a lot of interest. It's a can, but it's made of plastic, so explain it to me.
Yes, yeah, our goal in developing this can is to take advantage of the about 100 billion cans produced worldwide, metal cans. And our company, Kortec, manufactures machinery that would produce plastic containers. And we said, well, let's create a market for our machines by developing a plastic can, which direct replacement for metal can. This can will go through the same filling line as a metal can, the same seaming equipment as a metal can, and the same sterilization equipment as a metal can for whatever food requirement or whatever the food requires. The can is fully retortable up to 130 degrees Celsius, exactly the same as a metal can. And so that the brand owner, the food packager, has to make no investment to switch from metal to plastic. And obviously you can see the clarity of the can, you can see through, you can see the food, so foods that are attractive to look at, this will really pop off the shelf to the consumer. They have a lot of shelf appeal.
You don't just come up with a concept like this overnight. And we all know that Kortec is best known for its work in the beverages sector.
That's right.
So this is a departure into food.
Yes.
But I also believe a certain amount of consumer research was carried out into preferences and how people feel about cans, actually.
Yes, exactly. And I think people, they like the can. They know it has a long shelf life, and they feel safe about having foods in a metal can, but they can't see it. So there's been a interest in clarity to be able to see the food, and what we decide to do is develop the technology to do that. And the real technology is in the actual design of the can. Our long-range or long-term time technology has been co-injection, creating a barrier layer inside a PET preform for beverages. And what we have done is taken that same co-injection technology, put it into a plastic can, and did the mechanical design. Actually, the mechanical design of the can looks very simple, cylindrical, but in the base is where we have the flexibility to withstand the pressure changes that take place inside a can during the sterilization process.
Now that construction, I believe it's a 3-layer construction. It's
Yes.
a PP sandwich with EVOH in the middle, is that right?
That's right, yes.
Okay. I know with metal cans and with the retort process, it varies from product to product.
Yes.
And content to content, and sometimes it's quite difficult to get an even cook.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you been able to resolve that with this construction?
No different than a metal
No
can,
different.
actually. Essentially, actually the cooking time will be slightly longer because a metal can actually conducts heat better than plastic.
Sure.
But the real limitation to heating of a food product is the transfer of heat through the food from the outside, the can, whether it's metal or plastic. It takes longer to go from the surface of the can through the food. So some material like a carrot is relatively dense, and that might have a longer cook time than beef broth or something.
Okay.
And something like a potato, again, is a dense material, has a longer time for the heat to penetrate all the way through the potato. And
The metal top.
yes.
Now, apart from it looking like a metal can, and so that
Yes.
safety thing that you're talking about, is that easier for the can maker, for the canning line to deal with, or could it have been a plastic top just as easily?
Yes, it could be a plastic top. And in fact, but the reason you say that we're showing it with a metal top is that there's literally probably hundreds of billions of dollars of filling lines
Yes.
that are already using metal bottoms and metal tops.
Right.
So this still uses the same top,
I get you.
goes right through the line, no reason to change it. But if it's more convenient for the customer or the consumer, the brand owner wants to make the investment, to put in a heat seal equipment into their filling line, we're more than happy to make the can technology to do that.
Shelf life of about 5 years, I believe.
Yes. Yep. With the oxygen scavenger, depending again how thick you make the oxygen scavenging layer, you can have a shelf life of 0 oxygen ingress up to 5 years.
This seems to me that it's a machinery solution with a healthy dose of marketing spin, actually.
Yes.
It's very clever.
Yep.
Now, you said that, of course, metal cans, consumers like it because they feel safe and secure, but actually it's kind of dull, isn't it, really?
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't, again, you look at, if you saw, the metal cans behind us or the plastic cans behind us, you can see the color, the clarity, the food, you know what you're buying. And we had one person come by yesterday and said, oh, I would definitely buy that, as opposed to something in a metal can, just because I can see it.
And it looks like it's absolutely guaranteed to appeal to a marketing person, a creative person, inside a brand owner who's looking to differentiate on the shelf.
Yep.
There you are.
We're all
Congratulations.
All ready for that.
Well, it's very innovative and
thank you.
very impressive. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.